Good day, everybody. This is Linda West. I'm so excited to be here today for Motivational Monday. And let me flip this over here. Mondays, every Monday at noon Pacific time, I like to come on and talk about things that are helpful for motivation. So I myself need to be motivated from time to time, just like anybody, right? So what do I do for motivation? How do I get myself motivated and keep going? But not only that, today I have a special guest who's going to join us, Clarice Lin, and we're going to talk about how she too motivates herself. And so I'm going to bring her up right now. She's sitting in the green room. If you want to come on the show and you want to share how you motivate people, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the chat. Wait, hold on a second here. Hey, Clarice, good to see you.
Hi, Linda. Hi, everybody.
Oh, I cannot hear you. So, okay, bear with me. You got to keep, why don't you keep talking like it's, because they might be able to hear you. Maybe it's just me because I have problems with my speaker sometimes. There we go. I can hear you now.
Okay,
yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I have problems with my speakers sometimes, so I have to go figure that out.
Restart again. So, hi, Linda. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Clarice. Yeah, like, they probably could hear you. It's just it's an issue I have for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we got it all figured out. It's great. I'm so happy to have you here. Oh, let me put our names up on the screen. I'm so happy to have you here because, you know, doing these Motivational Mondays are kind of hard for me to do by myself every week. So it's good to have somebody help me and take the burden. You know, that's not really a burden, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, I was really excited when you were asking for guests to come on Motivation Mondays because motivation is one of the topics that I've been sort of constantly reading into, learning about. Like, the thing is, so just last week, actually, I was in this workshop about mental fitness. So even mental fitness, maintaining that, everyone has different ways to keep themselves positive, you know, how they deal with things. So I realized that keeping motivated, one method might work for one person, but might not work for the other. So
That's
it's
true.
really so it's really interesting to sort of like maybe I can share a little bit about how I motivate myself, and I can share maybe a little bit about what I heard other people have been motivating themselves. Maybe we can, you know, ask everyone else or maybe some feedback, like which one works better, really. So if my method works for them.
Yeah. So what I want to do today is we're going to talk about, like, if you're feeling down and you're feeling, I don't want to say depressed, but like you're feeling just down and you're like, I just don't feel motivated to do that. I want to talk about some ways to come out of that so that you can get motivated to move forward. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is, like, how do you stay motivated? So let's say you're on that high and everything's going great. And then all of a sudden something comes in, you're like, I'm not sure, but how do you stay motivated? Like, to keep going. That's one thing that's, you know, I think it's just really valuable to have information, like how do people deal with that? And like you said, you know, sharing your thoughts and my thoughts, because there might be 20 different ways of doing this. And these are just our ideas and ways that we believe that work for us and that we believe might work for other people. So then also, if you're listening to the live or the replay, if you feel that this is going to be valuable information for some of your friends that you feel like maybe they've gotten down and they're not feeling motivated and you feel like this is good information for them, please share this broadcast out to them. You don't have to share it like to them specifically and tag them, but go ahead and share it on your timeline so that people will see and maybe we'll be able to help somebody. You just never know who's going to be listening. And if it impacts one life, then we've done our job. You know what I mean? So let's start from there, Clarice. Like, when you're feeling down, what is something you do? Maybe there's a couple things, but is there like a key thing that you do that helps lift you out of that feeling down time?
There is no specific method. It depends on how I feel. So perhaps I could be like working at this cafe and then I feel like, you know, having like a cake might cheer me up. You know, and I'll go and buy a cake, which usually I would like tell myself, nope, no sugar. And then that day I was just like, you know what, let's have a day off, you know, let me feel a little bit better, something sweet, you know. It sort of lifts the mood. I suspect it could be a bit to do with the hormones. But then I was just like, forget it, it makes me feel better, and then, let's have a cake or something.
Well, I like cake. I think that's a great remedy for anything. Hey, if you guys feel like cake is a great remedy, go ahead and put "I like cake" in the comments below, right? I sure do like cake. So I'll tell you something that I do is that I actually, like, it's not very often that I'm feeling like really down, but when I'm starting to wane and my feelings are starting to, or my brain is starting to take over, like, that monkey brain thing. But what I like to do is I like to reach out to people like you, people that I know who are very positive and uplifting. And what's interesting is because sometimes I've found that when I've reached out to that person, that they were feeling down too, but I didn't know it. And so I reached out to them and asked them to help, basically like, hey, can you lift me up? That's not what I say, but basically I'm like, hey, I'm feeling kind of in the doldrums. Can you kind of help me out this? Because I know that this is not where I'm supposed to be. I know I'm supposed to be out of this. And so sometimes I need somebody else's thoughts to pull me out of it. But then at the end, they're like, oh my God, I was feeling like that too. And I'm so glad you reached out. So it's like, whoa, a win-win, right? I didn't even know it. But I like the cake part. I think that's next time I'll have cake first and then I'll talk to them.
The thing is, you can buy a cake anytime. Like, a friend might not be free all the time, you see.
That's true. Or like, getting on a Zoom call is good too, because you can actually see their face. So sometimes it's a matter of, sending a chat, or it's a text, or it's an email. Well, emails aren't that great because they don't get as much instant response, but like getting on a Zoom call, I love doing that. Just sometimes I'll do that for 5 minutes, just to pick it up. Right.
Yeah. I remember the last time I was like feeling quite down actually. And then I saw one of my friends' Instagram posts saying that she was feeling a little bit down. And I was like, I sort of put my, problems a little bit to the back of my mind. And I just sort of like sent her a message like, everything okay? And then we actually went on like a WhatsApp video chat.
Okay.
We had a great laugh. It was really funny. Because the funny bit was when she first went on the video, because it was in Singapore, it was midnight. And then her hair was like all over the place like that. And then she was like, oh my God, like. And then we had a laugh before we actually had any proper conversation. I think this laugh took the stress out of the problems we had. So that sort of like lifted the whole thing right at the start, set the right mood. Like sometimes you just need this good laugh to release the stress or, this mood that you have. I think laughter is one of the best medicine that we can have. So
I like that.
Yeah.
You laugh your problems away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you think about it, hi, Catherine. It's good to see you. Clarice, say hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. Hi.
I don't know if you can see. Can you see the comments?
Yeah, I can see hello popping up. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure what you could see on that end. But yeah, I love that. Laughing your stress away or laughing your problems away. Because if you really think about it, a lot of times we get so deep into our problems that when we say them out loud to somebody else, we might realize like how ridiculous it is. I've had that happen where I'm like, thinking something, I'm just like really down on it. And then when I say it out loud, I'm like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. There's really no reason for me to be feeling stressed about that. So not with everything. Of course, it doesn't work with everything, but sometimes it is. It's just kind of like good to like laugh at the things that aren't going well for us with somebody else who can be there with us, right? And that's what you and your friend did. And so that's just so awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So now, we're just going to make this a really short show because I just wanted to hop on and talk about these, couple of different things here. So when you're motivated and you start to feel a little bit like a twinge of starting to like maybe have some self-doubt, maybe you're just not sure what the next step is. How do you keep yourself motivated or get yourself back into that motivated state? What's something you do for that? Oh, by the way, these are all off the cuff. Clarice had no idea what I was going to talk about.
Yes.
She's like, I'll jump on. I'm like, cool, she's here. And so like, I'm just going to hit her with whatever. And so this is totally off the cuff. So how do you stay motivated? You're a trooper.
Okay. So how do I, yeah. So the thing is, sometimes like there are days when I might feel a bit lost. I'm like waking up thinking, what should I be doing today? What are the goals I should be doing? So the logical way, this is when, when emotionally you feel down, I think like writing things down, like having a to-do list or like having a goal of this week. It's sort of like, okay, this week I'm maybe supposed to write 3 blog posts, okay? Have I started on this blog post? No, let's research on what blog post to write. I think it's sort of like, there are days where sometimes maybe it's a little bit hard to get like the motivation up or something. I mean, you could try to, okay. Yeah, let me think, some impromptu sport. I think I was just toying with this idea, like maybe like jumping up and down, like getting your adrenaline up, maybe it might help. And then maybe you can jump up and down, like 5-star jumps, like I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And then maybe sit down, look at the to-do list.
I want to try that.
It's like self-talk. Like I think like sometimes there's certain things you can tell yourself certain things. I mean, like self-doubts come in because you're telling yourself certain things. So maybe you can, undo those doubts with some other stronger message. Like even you might not feel that way, but sort of like, like jumping up and down and like a bit like running, running gets your adrenaline up. So if you get your heart pumping harder, you might get your emotions a little bit up and then more motivated. Because when you're sad, like slow songs, sad songs, they are usually slow,
Mm-hmm.
Fast songs, fast rhythm and stuff, it's supposed to get you all kicked up, all hyped up and stuff. So maybe if you get your heartbeat up, maybe that might help. I mean, I haven't tried it myself. It's just something I just thought of.
Something to try. Well, that just reminded me of like the movie. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, Rocky, but it's a movie from the 80s, I think. And, like this, just the music was so awesome. Dun, 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 dun. And then it's dun, dun, and you're like, pump up. And you just really could feel, like you said, you could feel that adrenaline, right? And so if you say something like, I got this, like you said, but I got this. And you just like say that and psych yourself up, because that's what we have to do, is psych ourselves up to keep going. And then also, here's one thing I like to do is like, I have to remember, what is my why? Like, why am I doing what I'm doing? What's my mission? What's my vision? And so once I get focused on that, it really helps, because then I remember it's not about me. This is about the people that I want to help, the people I want to impact. So but I have to sometimes check in and say, oh yeah, I forgot my why. Oh yeah. Okay. So Catherine says jumping jacks. Yeah.
Yes.
Doing jumping jacks, like, and it's just like, because that's like a kind of like a stress reliever, but also in my mind, like for me, jumping jacks reminds me of elementary school, because we had to do jumping jacks way back then. And so you might call it primary school, maybe, I don't know. But, way back then we had to do jumping jacks. So maybe that would remind me of my childhood, when there was a time in my life where I was carefree and I didn't have all these stresses. And so maybe that would bring back a memory of good times that were carefree and stress-free, and then make me relax into them and get back motivated. I don't know. Maybe that will work. Catherine, do some jumping jacks right now. Let us know if it works. Yeah. So that's cool. I like that. I think that's a great idea. So what do we take away from here? Eat cake, which I love cake. So what's your favorite kind of cake?
Ooh, okay. I love so
On the spot.
Okay, so I've got a few cakes. I like carrot cake sometimes.
Okay.
I like hazelnut cake, hazelnut chocolate, or some coffee cake. Yeah, I think that's my top 3 if there's like options there. And then if not, I'll look at what's on display and then eliminate those that I don't like. Yeah, go for like, the worst. I mean, no, the best not like. Does that make sense?
What they got? The lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite, I love chocolate. Chocolate's my favorite. So I love chocolate cake, and then I love whipped cream. So I love chocolate cakes that have like whipped cream frosting or whipped cream, like even a chocolate whipped cream is, oh my gosh, that's the bomb. I love it. So that's my favorite. Hey, there's somebody else there. Who's there? Let us know. So yeah, so let's so recap on that then. So, going for the cake is maybe something that's going to help you, and like you said, you normally don't eat cake, but sometimes there's a time where you might just say, you know what, I think this is going to make me feel better. And so you just go for it. And then you don't beat yourself up over it because you're like, this one time, this is going to help me through whatever the situation is. So eat a piece of cake, right? If that's going to help you. And then also reach out to, I wouldn't say so much, this is going to be tough to hear, but I wouldn't say so much friends, but business colleagues, because friends are there to really console us in a different way than our business colleagues are. Because our business colleagues, they get it. They understand what we're going through. Whereas a friend might not get it. They might be more like, well, just get over that, and not really understand what we're going through emotionally during these times that we're stuck on what we're working on. So that was that. And then doing jumping jacks or just saying I got it, something to pump yourself back up when you're starting to feel like you're starting to wane just a little bit. And then, like I said, reaching out to, friends are good, but make sure it's the kind of friend that's going to pump you up, not the kind of friend that's going to bring you down, because that can be destructive, right? Because then you're both just going back. We want to put you out there. We want to keep you motivated, get you motivated to keep putting out that content. Remember your why and what your vision is for you and your business and who you're helping. Because by you remaining unmotivated to put yourself out there, you're helping less people. So if you have a vision to help, hundreds of people, thousands of people like me, my vision is 5.5 million people that I want to impact. I got to stay motivated, because to do that, I have to make sure I'm constantly putting stuff out there that's going to be valuable to people to help them. So what do you think of that? 5.5 million. That's a lot.
It's a great goal, I would say.
Yeah, I picked 5.5 million. I'll tell you why I picked it. It's a huge number, and I do know that. So my idea was I want to impact 500,000. And I'm reading this book by Grant Cardone right now called 10X. And so the 10X principle is you come up with a goal and then you 10 times that. So I'm like, 10 times 500,000 is 5 million. That's a lot. But I had to just do it, because make your goal so huge that you have to really work hard to get that, and push yourself further. Now, 500,000 is a lot still, of course, but and I picked 5.5 million just because it's a different number. So it will hopefully stick out in people's minds that they're like, gosh, 5.5 million, that's a lot. 5 million might be like, so I just added
Do you know a fun fact, actually?
What?
About 5.5 million is the population of Singapore.
It is? Oh my gosh.
About that.
Now you don't live there anymore. You're in London now, right?
Yeah, I live in London, yeah.
Yeah, you're in London now, but I do know about 4 people in Singapore, so I got a good start.
Yeah, you can just reach out to the entire population. It's about that.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have any other tips for anybody, for people to either get motivated or to stay motivated that you want to share as our parting gifts?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I would say getting motivated is a daily task, can be a daily task. So you don't think it of a one-time off. As part of your routine, sort of if you see it as part of routine and not as a one-off or something that's wasting your time or something like this. It's all part and parcel of being on the entrepreneur journey. So being hyped up, what we're saying, was self-talk. That's really important. And definitely, I just thought of something was turn on a good music, your favorite music that will get you really hyped up. Even before you've done anything, the music really does change the mood, sets it for the day. So I think that's a really big thing that I realized that actually helped. Like when I put on my earphone, I'm listening to some music, not sad music, okay, happy music,
Yes.
and that could, at the beginning of the day, we turn on the radio, your favorite channel, listen to your favorite song. I think that would help to set the tone for that. I mean, the cake and the friends and everything else is something towards the end of the day, something for you to get through the day or something. But I think if you set the right mood for the day, it can help to create a lasting effect for the entire day. Set the mood, and that will be the best. I think that's my best tip. I would say definitely set the music for the mood. So
that's so true. Yeah. Yeah, because music is a universal language. So it doesn't matter, who wrote the song or whatever, but the music, if the music is motivating, then hopefully it will help pick you up. And I like funny music, like fun and funny kind of music because it makes me laugh. But also let's see. Yeah. So Catherine says music works great. It really does. Music is truly, it's just like I said, it's universal language. But I left off your other tip too. And that was to, if you're starting to, or if you're feeling down and you're having a hard time coming back out of that, is to make your to-do list. And then, you know what I love to do? Let me know if you do this too. Anybody out there, watching this, let me know if you do this. Like, so when I write a to-do list, sometimes I'll add things I already did just so I can cross it off, right? I'm like, I did that because I want to look at my list and I want to see the things that I did accomplish for that day. And so that helps me out. What I'll do is a lot of times the night before I go to bed, I didn't do it last night. Maybe I should do that after this, is I'll just, on a sticky note, I'll write the top 3 things I need to get done that next day. And then before I go to bed, I'll look at those so that they're in my brain when I'm going to bed. And then it really helps because a lot of times our brain will solve problems while we're sleeping. And then you wake up and it's like, oh, I got the answer to that. Or like if you have a burning question that you want, write it down, look at it, say it out loud. And then sometimes your brain will answer that for you. And when you wake up, you're like, oh my gosh, I totally have the answer. Have you ever had that happen? I have. It's amazing.
Yeah, it does happen to me. Because sometimes when I can't solve the problem from like maybe today, and then I was just like, okay, let's sleep on it. Maybe some solution's going to come up tomorrow.
Yeah, and there it is.
Yeah. And I like that part about you saying like putting it down on the to-do list. So sometimes what happens is I put down a list of tasks, and then when I open up my emails or like something else pops up, so I actually do a little bit of something else, and then 3 hours later I realize, shucks, I haven't done the list that I said I wanted to do. And I was like, oops, maybe I should write them down. So at least I felt like, the 3 hours didn't just fly by. I was doing something, but I got sidetracked. And then I write those down like, okay, actually I did this, this, and this. And then it helps, all this little bit helps. Otherwise you sort of think because I'm a little bit of like self-critic. I'll be like thinking, yeah, you were working like 8 hours today. And then like, what were you doing for the entire 8 hours that you only got like 2 tasks done or, something like that. So it really helps to sort of trace back to see every little bit counts, Don't underestimate all that little task that you're doing that takes 5 minutes or 10 minutes. All these adds up.
Yeah. And I love how you said I'll have my list and then I'll go look at my email. I mean, you said something along the lines of basically for a brief moment. And then you said, and then 3 hours later, I'm like, yeah, because that happens. Like how often that I find, Facebook is my things. I don't get a whole lot of emails. I'd say about 99% of my emails are ones from lists I've signed up on that I'm not interested in that product right now. So I just like run through and delete them. If it's something that I'm not interested in right now, I don't unsubscribe because I know I'm going to be interested in it at a later time. But yeah, 99% are just delete, delete, delete. But then it's those other ones, that 1% that I go and do. But Facebook, I do a lot of private messaging with people. I have a lot of groups. I belong to a lot of groups, and I love to interact as much as possible because the interactions is what really helps me to grow as a person. because I learn from other people when I'm interacting with them. And it's so amazing. I absolutely love it. It's so much fun. So I don't know if you get distracted on Facebook, do you?
Oh, I do. Guess what? The 3 hours, and it's not even just 3 hours. Like, sometimes I spend maybe 4 hours or something. Like half the day is gone, and I'm like, I need to write my social media post now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I went on there. Yeah, I went on Facebook to create a campaign, an ad campaign, and then 4 hours later said, "What did I go on here for? Oh, I forgot to do." So that's why it's important to have the to-do list, right? And then at least you can look back at it and go, "Oh yeah, I'm supposed to do that." Like here's my thing from yesterday. This is my to-do list from yesterday. And actually I did all the things up until here because this one, I can't find this guy. I wrote a note and I can't find him anywhere. I have no idea where his email address is. So I got to search. So I'm stopped until I can get that done. But anyway, that, I digress. So anyway, you guys, we wanted to come on here and share, like, how do you stay motivated when you're already motivated, but how do you remain motivated? And then also if you're feeling down and you're starting to feel like you're not being successful or you feel like your motivation is drowning, how do you get yourself out of that? So I'm here with Clarice Lin, and I just love her. She's so fun. And you were in the 5-day challenge, and I'm looking forward to seeing your other videos. Right, doing the 5-day challenge. Now I met you for the 7-day challenge, I think, or was it 31-day challenge? Yeah, 7-day challenge.
7-day challenge.
Yeah.
So it was a really good sort of like a challenge for me. That was the first time I was trying to get on Facebook Live, trying to be confident, trying to talk to the audience. I think it helped me to get started. So I'm less daunted, to click on Start Live button.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think there are certain topics, like when I'm not quite sure what to talk about, I'm like, okay, I'm not ready to do that video yet. And that's why I haven't started on day 2 or day 3.
Okay, yeah, no rush. You have until July 31st. What day is it? The 24th. You got one more week. Yeah, you got one more week, but you've done a great job, because I do remember your first video, and you were very very worried, I should say, or a little bit scared to go live, which most people are. I was absolutely terrified. Like my first 3 or 4 of them, and I wasn't even live. Those were pre-recorded when I first started. The go live, I was like, I'm on it, because by then I had done like 2,000 videos. It's like I wasn't scared anymore. But oh my gosh, it's so scary to do it the first time. But making it through that first one is the hardest one. The second one still might be hard for some people. Some people jump right into it. And the second one, they're like, whoa, this is awesome. But it's just a matter of doing it, putting yourself out there. Now, for me, the videos, actually, believe it or not, by me doing videos, it keeps me motivated and pumped up. It's kind of crazy. It's like this adrenaline rush that I get by doing live videos. So when I'm starting to feel down, like actually the day I found out that my sister had cancer, which was back in November, I did a live video. And what it did for me was because I was really, really sad, really, really sad, of course. But what it did is it helped me through that time, and it helped me feel like I was loved by so many people. And I needed that so desperately. And so by me doing a live video, it actually kept me motivated to keep going, because I knew my sister would want me to keep going, So instead of like wallowing, for me, the putting myself out there on video really helped me. And it just, like I said, it helped keep me motivated, which is awesome. So sorry to go there, but I don't know what took me there, but I just wanted to share that. So anyway, you guys, 5-day video challenge. If you're interested, let me know. It's really a great way to keep you motivated and get you motivated too, because the people in the group are very motivational. And I just love it how everybody is so supportive. And even if I'm not able to get in and see somebody's video right away, somebody else will see it and, comment on it. And so you guys, we got 7 more days of the challenge. It's a 5-day challenge, so you got plenty of time to do it. But Clarice, I want to share, people can reach you at claricelin.com. And what is it that you do? Share with everybody what it is that you do.
So I'm a business and marketing coach. So I've founded Baseline Labs, digital marketing agency from last year, and I've sort of setting my own brand up, which is at claricelin.com. So I help business owners or aspiring entrepreneurs to set up their business in terms of marketing and goal setting, the best marketing techniques and growth hacks. So if anyone needs any thoughts or anything, you can come to my website. I've just recently set up like a free Facebook community as well. It's going to launch on August 1st.
Yay!
Yay! It is called Action and Purpose.
Whoop, whoop.
Yay! Yes. So the thing is, action and purpose. The idea is, what you're doing. Okay, let me try to. Sorry. The thing is, having action and purpose helps you to set your goals, keeps you motivated. All these are really important. So that's what we're going to put in this community. Lots of content for you to action-oriented advice, content, and mindset as well. So as to help fellow entrepreneurs to sort of keep going, and what are the problems and what are the hacks, maybe a bit of life hacks, as well as like marketing hacks. So it'll be really exciting.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it because it's so important. Like you say, action and purpose, right? Like to remain on purpose. Like it's funny because there's the words, I made an accident. I did an accident, or I had an accident, or I did something on purpose. Like I did this on purpose. But really, when you think of the words on purpose, really is about living to your purpose. Like, what is my purpose for being here on earth? And am I actually doing something on purpose? Like on my purpose. That's actually where the phrase came from. And I think sometimes we don't, like, I didn't realize that until somebody told me that about 6 months ago. And I was like, that is so cool. Because when I say the terms, I'm doing this on purpose, it really means I'm doing it on my purpose for being here. So I love the fact that you're going to give action-oriented things for people to do in the Facebook group. And that'll be a great way to, to continue to build and grow the community, have people learn from each other, have them learn from you and your team and everything. So that's awesome. I'm excited. So August 1st, you launch, right? The Facebook group. Your website is already up. But you can go on her website, you can click on the link there to join the Facebook group, and it'll probably just be pending, I guess, until August 1?
Yes, that's
okay. Awesome.
Thank you, Linda.
Well, I'm so glad you came here. It was good to see you again, and I still need to get our interview out there. Sorry.
It's all right.
It's on my to-do list. I just did too many of them all at once, so lesson learned. Don't do so many at one time. And because it's too hard to concentrate on getting them all out there. So lesson learned. Okay. So everybody have a great day. And then I'll see you next Monday. Oh, what am I doing? What do we got going? I don't remember. Oh, Wednesday. This Wednesday. Tune in this Wednesday at 2:30 Pacific time, where I do Wherever Wednesday. Wherever I am. I have no idea where it's going to be. But at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, wherever I am, I'm going to interview whoever I'm with. I had somebody scheduled to go ahead and go on with me because they're doing a business launch really soon. And so I wanted to share his business launch. But he's postponed his launch, so we're going to postpone the date that I actually interview him. So wherever I am on Wednesday, you guys, I hope to see you there. And I'm not sure who I'll be with. So see you then. Have a great day. Say bye, Clarice.
Bye.